space. I go to Hubbard Elementary. My question is, does it rain much on the ocean?
Well, that was not the question that I expected, but it was a great question. Does it rain much on the ocean? This picture doesn't look like the ocean here, does it? Well, the question I thought was coming was from Makenna, and we'll look at her question. Well, I'll tell you what the question is, and hopefully we'll show her asking that again at another time, but I'm going to show it anyway. Basically what it was is, what was the worst storm to ever hit the United States? And so it's hard to categorize that. There was a bad tornado in 1925 that roared through 3 states, killed more than 3,000 people back in 1925. This storm system behind me, this was the Great Blizzard of 1888. They call it the Great White Hurricane that hit between New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. 40 to 50 inches of snow fell in these locations. And look at the snow. They piled it into the streets here. There were snow drifts as high as 30 to 40 feet. And one snow drift was measured at 52 feet. So we're talking about an amazing blizzard that lasts for days. And you see the telephone poles here, the telephone and telegraph lines that were above ground. And this is a storm system that basically said, well, we've got to change this. Let's put it back underground. Here are the rails that took days and days to clear the snow out of there. There's the snow piled up. And this picture is not just photoshopped. Here's a person standing at the top of the telephone poles, and you can see it stretching all the way back here. That is some deep snow that drifted through these regions. It absolutely paralyzed the Northeast. It lasted for 3 days. That was 125 years ago. When you see that mess, that's why most of those wires are underground right now. It was a bad situation back then. That was a great question from Makenna. Great question as well. We'll talk about the rain over the ocean as well coming up here tomorrow.